I love how this time of year makes you just want to get out and get some fresh air. But when you're trying to get children out of the house with you, it can start to feel a little bit more tricky. And here's why. So picture this. You've woken up in the morning, the light coming through the windows is different somehow. It's not that flat winter grey, it's bright, it's yellow, it's warm, it fills the whole room. And as you look outside, you see the grass sparkling in the sunshine. There's little stretches of blue between the clouds. And the air looks breathable, and something inside you expands. You start to imagine fresh air and movement, mud on boots and rosy cheeks, and everyone's sleeping better tonight. There's a glimpse of happiness in it, spaciousness, a promise of a reset. And you think, yeah, we need to get out, get some fresh air, play in the mud. It will do us all a lot of good. And so as a mum, you move into planning mode. Where are the wellies? Are last year's waterproof trousers too small? Is it still cold enough for gloves? Do we need snacks? Where are the spare socks? You're already anticipating the future and solving problems before they happen so that you can enjoy the fun that you're imagining. And then you turn to your child who is completely absorbed, half inside a cardboard castle, covered in glue, magazine cutting stuck to their jumper, deep in something that makes perfect sense to them. And you say, hey, let's get ready for a walk. And they don't move. So you try again, and next minute you're peeling gluey fingers off cardboard, negotiating trousers, trying to get a rain suit over a thick jumper they're attempting to remove mid-process. There's a lot of wriggling, there's shouting, there are tears, maybe yours. And somewhere between playful encouragement and practical efficiency, your voice sharpens. Just be still. That spaciousness evaporates. Getting out of the house has suddenly turned into an event. There's a rising tension building up, and then suddenly, somehow, everyone bursts through the front door, coats half done, energy high, air hitting your face, and you stand there thinking, how did that get to be such a big deal? If you've ever wondered why something as simple as going for a walk can feel like a full emotional workout, it's not random. There is a reason. Now, what's happening for you is you're not just going for a walk, you're managing. There's weather, layers, risk of illness, the laundry later, and the rest of the day, and everyone's mood. You're thinking ahead. You can see how the cold and the wet and the meltdown halfway around the field and the overtired evening can all add up. So when you say put your coat on, you're not being controlling, you're being preventative. You're solving future problems, and that makes complete sense. But what's happening for your child is they're not in the future. They're in the cardboard castle. They might be deeply absorbed and struggling to transition to what you're asking them to do, or getting frustrated by layers and textures, or simply wanting to choose for themselves. Or maybe they just want to get outside right now in the excitement of it all, not after a full clothing negotiation. They don't see how cold and wet might mean illness or definitely mean more work for you. They see mud and think fun and want to get out there right now. And when we reason or demand or plead with our children, we're assuming they share our perspective, and they just don't. Now, one reason it can escalate so fast is getting out of the house combines a surprising number of pressure points. There's transitions, there's clothing, they're wanting to choose, you're competing agendas, the time pressure, your rising stress, and their rising resistance. It's a perfect storm. And the important part to recognize is that when pressure increases, resistance usually increases. And it's not because your child is being deliberately difficult, it's because choice matters to them. And control matters to you too, especially when you're just trying to make something good happen for everyone. So a small shift I want to invite you to think about is instead of jumping straight to getting them to do what you say, you might try asking, what is the hardest part of this for them? Is it leaving what they're doing? Is it the layers? Is it wanting to choose? Or is it just needing one more minute to finish? And the solution doesn't have to be a full strategy session. Sometimes it's as simple as, hey, do you want to put your wellies on first or your coat? Or letting them step outside to feel how actually cold it really is. Or breaking it into stages, let them put their coat on inside and put the wellies and the rain suit in the car. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just starting to be aware of the different perspective. Because once you understand what's actually going on for your child, it's a little bit easier to stop taking it so personally. Getting out of the house isn't hard because you're doing something wrong. It's hard because it combines choice, transitions, sensory experiences, and future planning all at once. And that is a lot. If this kind of moment feels familiar, later this month, I'm running a free workshop called Calm is a Skill. Because calm isn't something you either have or you don't. It's something you build, especially in ordinary moments like this. I'll leave the details in the description.